We back. 48 minutes of great basketball is something that we all want to watch. Whether you're sitting with your friends and you consider basketball something that you do as a social hour when your friends come over, or you guys just go around and you guys are watching the game, or as far as like you like me and your girl's getting so upset with you because you have the game on all the time and you don't do anything besides watch the game, you want to have that 48 minutes of basketball where it's just basketball. You watch the commercials, you come up after the commercials, and then you're able to see the players play, not the refs blowing a whistle constantly. If you are wondering why I brought this up and thinking about, yo, young Kurt, we don't care about what you do in your private life. I know you don't. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because if you watch that Lakers-Clipper game, it took 37 minutes in the last 30 seconds. Nets versus Bucks. The NBA needs to just simply fix this. Last 20 seconds of the game, I'm going to read you guys this stat off of my computer. Last 20 seconds of the game took 30 minutes. In the last 21 seconds, there was 33 subs, 9 fouls, and 22 free throws attempts. The clock only ran for 30 seconds, and the game time took 47 minutes. This is ruining the game of basketball. They did all this. Steve Nash, I would have done the same thing as a coach. They kept fouling Giannis. Obviously, this was a great game. If you want to see Kyrie Irving coming back to the game of basketball and playing the game that he loves, and then with his former Duke teammate Seth Curry, and both of them are just coming out here on fire. Giannis obviously had a bad shooting night from the field, but it was definitely an entertaining game to watch as a basketball fan. You're just watching free throws for 50 minutes. So the reason why I bring up 48 minutes of basketball is fun to watch. It's fun to watch, but the last minute of basketball should not take 30 to 40 minutes, and this has been going on for a long time. And I remember in the beginning of this NBA season, the refs were like, we're not going to stand for this, we're not going to have this, and now it's going on again. The fouling doesn't bother me as much as the refs making questionable calls. I like having refs. I don't want to get robots or anything like that, but that's something to me that is like, we need to nip this in the butt at NBA. Are you going to call these fouls or you're going to not? Because I think personally, this NBA season, it has been closest to like 2090s basketball that we've ever seen where they're actually letting players play, except in Philly. They call a lot of fouls. Sixers-Knicks. So Joel Embiid fouled out the 3 starting centers for the Knicks. Nerlens Noel, Mitchell Robinson, and Taj Gibson all fouled out in this game. So that's another thing that has to go with the referee. Knicks lost 15 of their last 18, and it doesn't even look like they're going to make it into the play-in tournament. This Knicks team needs a whole video on their own. I can't just sit here and talk about just what I feel about the New York Knicks because they're so horrible and it's almost hard to watch. What I have to say about Harden, yesterday, what I told you guys, or 2 days ago, what I told you guys about Harden is when he is interested in playing basketball, he's top 10 player in the world. And now he's interested in playing basketball. He had 30, 16, and 10. Him and Joel Embiid dominated. The game turned into a blowout in the last minute. And it's fun. It's fun. Everybody is having fun when we're watching people smiling on the basketball court. And I've never seen that out of Harden since he was in Houston. Jazz Suns. So it was a big night of basketball last night. This was 2 p.m. I turned on the game. I told you guys 2 days ago that it was going to be trouble without Chris Paul, and Chris Paul's been out, and now the Suns have lost 2 games with Chris Paul being out, and I think that the Warriors can potentially catch them, and this is going to be something that's hard because Devin Booker can't run the point guard the whole time, and Cameron Payne's out as well. D-Book is a scorer, he's a shooter, he's a catch and shooter, he's a driver, he's anything that can put the ball in the basket, but if you're asking Devin Booker to be your facilitator, it's a little difficult, I think, personally, because the reason why a player like Chris Paul is so influential and such a doesn't show up in the stat sheet type player, not just the counting stats, is because he gets players into their spots and gets them open, and that's why I feel like Chris Paul elevates this Phoenix Suns team to a championship team. Clarkson is so elite off the bench. If you guys watch this game, Jay Crowder threw a pass away with 3 seconds left, and he just chucked it into the front row. The Suns collapsed in the fourth quarter. They were up the whole game. Mitchell had 26. It was just a really exciting game to watch. Suns fans, I know you're mad about Jay Crowder. Celtics-Pacers. The Celtics are just one of those teams that they beat tough opponents and then they come in and they lose to the one of the top 5 worst teams in the league. The last 3 losses from the Celtics are to the Pistons, the Pacers, and the Hornets, all teams that aren't even in the play-in spot. Brissett had 27. If you could search up the highlights, if you guys want to go watch that, it was a really exciting 27. Pacers blowout. in the fourth quarter, it wasn't even a contest, and they just couldn't miss shots. And sometimes, as long as you're in the NBA, I always tell people is if you have NBA players on the team, anybody can beat anybody on any night. Pistons Hornets. Kelly Oubre to his former. I don't know if you guys remember when Olynyk got pushed by Oubre. Well, now Olynyk gets the last laugh because he hit a game winner right in Oubre's face. Oubre just walks off the court. Rozier had 30. That was a very interesting game. This Detroit Pistons team is looking like it has more upside than I really thought. I like to focus on every NBA team, and I thought this team was only a 15-win season, but I think they're going to get closer to 20 or 25. And when they get like 3 more first-round picks, hopefully Detroit basketball will be interesting again. Mavericks Warriors. I know this is what you guys wanted me to talk about, so I'm going to talk about it. Curry shot 1 for 9 in the fourth quarter. If Dinwiddie plays like this, I think the Mavs won the trade. I know a lot of people were upset about the Mavs. They said, why is Dinwiddie here? He's not even efficient. Why is Bertans here? We had a guy like Porzingis who's an all-star when he's healthy, but he's never healthy. So I think this Mavs team is genuinely scary. If Hardaway's not even back right now. Kleba played horrible. He's a good role player. Bullock has shown that he can shoot the ball, but Dinwiddie was really the guy of the story. If you didn't get to watch this game, the Mavs ended a game on a 30-4 run and came back down 21 with 10 minutes left. I could sense a comeback. The Mavs couldn't hit a shot the whole game. The Warriors were just deflated. Like I say always, Steph Curry just shies away from big moments. He's going to shoot the shot. He's not always going to make it. We're not going to remember that Curry didn't score. We're going to remember the games that Curry's had good games. Curry was a top 3 scorer in the league for the first 6 months of this NBA season. Or not 6 months. For the first 4 months of this NBA season, Stephen Curry was a top scorer in this league. Now he's 11th. And the Warriors have been slipping, and to blow a 21-point team to any team is not good. Luka had a bad game, and he still scored 34. Like, that's crazy. Luka had a horrible game. He was 3 for 12 from the three-point line. He couldn't make a three. He was frustrated. He got a technical foul. The bench got a technical foul. The coach got a technical foul. And they still won. Nuggets Blazers. Jokic almost triple-double in just 25 minutes. This game was an absolute blowout. I was thinking about it when I was watching the game. Jeff Green was a great pickup for these guys. I heard also that MPJ and Murray are going to be coming back, so this Nuggets team, nobody wants to see them in the first round. I think this team is a lot scarier than we think. I think Jokic deserves more MVP nods than people are giving him because his second star on his team has been Aaron Gordon this whole year, and that's just something that Aaron Gordon it can't be your second best player. I no hate towards Aaron Gordon, but Jamal Murray, MPJ coming back opens wide up for this team. Jokic doesn't have to carry the scoring as much. He can kick it out to his shooters. If MPJ is just a sliver of what he was, and if Murray, who's a known playoff performer, is just a sliver of what he was, I can see this Nuggets team making it to the conference finals. Lakers Pelicans. It was embarrassing. It was hard to watch. LeBron just looked mad. Westbrook had 7 turnovers in the first 10 minutes that he played. Not the first 10 minutes of the game, but in his first 10 minutes, he had 7 turnovers. This Pelicans team's looking really tough. They're pushing for a playing spot. McCollum and Ingram is a great duo. Since coming to the Pelicans, McCollum is averaging 31 points per game, which is incredible. I just was really like sitting down watching this, and I wasn't watching it. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It was. I mean, I'm a Laker hater, so I did laugh a few times, but it was definitely a tough watch, and it was something that just like hurt my eyes. LeBron had 36, so I guess that's a strong point. But this Laker team is just struggling to put players on the floor that can do anything, that can even produce. THT was out there for 30 minutes. I think he had 6 points. Malik Monk has gone through a slump lately. Ariza needs to retire. He's out there just throwing shots up that aren't even benefiting. Reeves looked horrible on the offensive end. It was basically LeBron versus the Pelicans, and the Pelicans just seemed like they wanted it more. I don't know if LeBron can win a championship with this team. I don't know what it's going to look like when Anthony Davis comes back, if Anthony Davis ever comes back healthy. And Russell Westbrook, you need to take care of the ball, my friend. I love you as a person, and I know that a lot of things are coming your way. My advice would be to slow down. Slow down the game of basketball. There's no point in pushing again. My biggest takeaways from this week is the Sixers look very scary. Imagine, I was thinking about this, and people are going to say I'm crazy, but think about this. Imagine if they gave up Tobias Harris and then kept Curry and Drummond instead. Because I would rather have Curry and Drummond shooting in a big man off the bench than Tobias, because now it's looking like it's Embiid, Harden, and the third best player on the team is Maxey. So where's Tobias? That's a big question takeaway for me. Where's Tobias Harris gonna go? Where is he gonna be as far as scoring on this star-studded Sixers team? Because right now he's only getting up 8 shots a game. And the last 3 games since Harden's been there, the last 2 games, he hasn't been able to score more than 10 points. So that's a big point for me. Let's figure out this situation with the refs. I'll be in here 2 days from now. Like, sub, comment. I love you guys.